I have Beckerman. What up, Mark?
I got my friend Umberto down the street.
And Kyle, what's up, brother? We got Chris in here. What's up, Chris? What up, Mark? What's going on? Are you going to give us the NFT update? Oh, what up, Norman? David,
Hey.
I want to know who the fuck is the real comic book community? Who? Is it this weirdo?
What up, C-Bizzle?
Station.
Good to see you, man. Thanks for jumping on.
What's up, guys?
What up, Digger Jim?
Like,
What's
yeah.
up, Travis? What up,
Bro?
Rude? Mike would be a great guy to tell a story.
What's going on, Blake?
Scotty, are you involved? Hey, what up, Drac? Good to see you, homie. What up, BLC? How you doing, brother?
What's going on, man?
Remy Q, what's up, my guy? Hey, what up, Carrie?
Yes,
She let it-
I Google things.
Got
I think it's
big
funny,
in the
though,
house.
that-
What's up, dude?
Biggie.
What up, LCS? You know anything about this?
Circumstance, can you hum it for us?
No. dun, 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 dun. What up, man? Spine Six crew in the house.
Oh, you look especially shiny today, Phil.
Trav, the shipping guru. What's up, my dude? What's up, Taki? What's
up,
up, man? Rob's Fat Stacks. Are you here to stop FOC? Shout out to Frog Brawler. What's
yeah,
up, Alan?
man.
Comic Viking.
My
You're right, guys.
Cuppy's in the house. From my guy Flo.
What's up, baby?
Uh-oh, we got another first-time appearance. Great show tonight. Lady Fantastic in this Christmas. What up, Mad Spidey? Thanks for coming through, my
Finally,
man.
get
How you
on
doing?
one.
I'm in for so much stuff.
We got Papa in the house. What's up, man? Thanks for jumping on.
Butts.
What up? What up? What up? It is Tuesday once again, and we are back for another FOC and chill. Man, I'm dog tired tonight for some reason, so hopefully the chat will bring me up. Obviously, last week I came in seeing if anybody wanted to talk about the Ed Piskor news that had recently hit, and obviously the beginning of this week we got some more news with Ed, who had passed away, and he left a suicide note of sorts on Facebook, which you can, there's a Google Docs link so you can read it, and it's not a it's a sad read, and it's made me think about like the internet and how cruel the internet is, and how it isn't the real world, but it is the real world. And how I came in last week like, oh, look at this, let's talk about this drama. And that all feels silly now that he's passed away as a result of this drama. So I've been thinking a lot about like the whole thing, how just internet mobs work. And so often when these things happen, we treat them as this sort of black and white thing, like in whatever. And Ed defends himself in his note, and you can take his word for it or you can not take his word for it. But whatever's true, death, the correct punishment was definitely not death. So it's sad. I was really sad. Like reading his note made me really sad, and understanding, just knowing what I know about him, just understanding how important comics were. And I saw someone say, for him, he was done with comics, and that was just an unacceptable life. And just, he did seem to love comics quite a bit. However you might have felt about him, he was true to this game. He was married to this game. And so, yeah, that's, I'm tired tonight, and I'm sad. I'm genuinely sad. And I'm also like questioning my attitude last week about it. Like, perhaps perhaps this look at this fun drama thing wasn't the right way to deal with it. But link is in the chat if anybody has any thoughts or if they got anything else that they want to talk about. I pinned that message in the chat. But let's get into it. We got first one in here, my man Trev the Shifting Guru, a la Chiefs. Inada Moss. We got a white tiger in here. What's up, Ruby? Good to see you, man. Ain't seen you in a minute. Always good to see you, my friend. We got my brother, one of the winningest dudes in the comic book YouTube right now. Las Cruces. I say well deserved. Congratulations to you. We've got Carrie joining us.
Hey.
Not a first appearance. You've been here before, but good to see you. I'm assuming you have thoughts about Ed Pisker. But before we get to that, let me just try and catch up on this chat a little bit here. So
I will prepare.
We'll get you. We got Wilbur in the house. What's up, Wilbur? Good to see you. We've got a John's Comics with Kids appearance. He was on with Magic Lasso and with Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy. Great show. Usually he's got a show going right now, but tonight it looks like he's got a night off. So what's up to John? Good to see you. We got Eli G in the house. What's up, Eli? Thanks for coming through. My comic book dad, Indie Comics and Reviews. Usually busy on Tuesday nights, but I do appreciate you coming through and saying what up to us. Check for us tomorrow night on his channel as we do the new Comic Book Day show. Always a good time. And then, of course, Sledhead. Hope to see you there tomorrow night as well. Thanks for coming through, Sledhead. Good to see you. A Frog Brawler in the hizzy. Good to see you back, my man. Love to see you, man. Thanks for coming through. We got Phil's Treehouse in the house, who is coming back to YouTube. So check for that, guys. Looking forward to seeing what's going on with his channel. And then, of course, he's with Geek Out with Roscoe for Between the Lines every Monday night. I love his, we love TM, but I love what Phil's got going on there, man. I love his style. We got my guy, Digger Jim. What up, Jim? Thanks for coming through. We got Damien, Sleepy Reader 666. Thanks for coming through, my man. The man from across the pond, DVH, Dr. Von Hoot, FOC and Chill is here. The savior for 2 weeks in a row, Bleecker Street Comics. What up, Bleak? Good to see you, my man. Of course, there's Carrie. Got to her. My man, Beckerman, always says he's here for the FOC, but really he's here to say hi and then go to bed is what he's here for. And I ain't mad at him because my bed is calling my name right now. We got Durs in the house. What's up, Durs? Good to see you. Was hanging out with a bunch of y'all today over at Legion of Comics. That was a great time with Ghost Machine. Really enjoyed that. If you did not catch that with Legion of Comics, it's definitely worth your time to go watch the replay. And that Ghost Machine hype is coming tomorrow. I'm excited about it. Yeah, and I'm sure I'm going to let Carrie talk about it, but yeah, it made me definitely rethink how I came about it last week. And, maybe obviously I'm a grown up and maybe I should have been more grown up about it. We like drama. That is what someone else's real life, but just don't treat it like real life. Exactly. We treat it like it's some soap opera or some actors, but really that was a real person. So, yeah. Met him when he did a signing at Elite in Overland Park. I actually got to meet him at Heroes Con in 2022, and I was enamored with him. I thought he was super cool. He had on some Patrick Ewing kicks, some old school Patrick Ewing kicks. Man, I thought it was awesome, man. We got Sector 2815. Great show today, man. Great job today, Paul. I really enjoyed that one. Comics with Bueller. What's up, Bueller? What's Travis? Thanks for coming through. We got Hoarders High. What up, Scott? And we're caught up on the chat, and we're ready for Carrie's thoughts. Sorry for making you wait there, but yeah.
Obviously you got to do what you got to do. I wanted to make sure that I jumped on this week because I actually caught last week on the replay, and as I messaged you last week, and I was like, hey, my boyfriend told me that you were talking about what I had said.
I heard you were talking shit. No, I'm sorry.
Okay. And here's the thing. I want to first off tell you that I think watching your coverage of what happened, what everyone knew, what everyone didn't know, that kind of thing, I think you approached it with class. Okay, you approached it with the idea that it's like, this is what's going on, this is what people are saying about it. And I don't think that, I think when a lot of people are talking about the people that are piling on to him, I think we can definitely see that.
Yeah.
We can definitely see, a lot of people going after him. One of the things that as you talked about last week that I had said was talking about how when somebody does something and we find out about it, we always end up finding out that people all start talking about how, well, we knew this about such and such. We knew this about such and such for years. Well, here's the thing. Did any of you actually try to step in and say anything for not just the benefit of the alleged victims, but also for the benefit of someone that just kind of made a mistake?
Yeah.
And
sometimes I've made mistakes, and I desperately needed someone to tell me I was making a mistake. Yes, I've been there.
And when it comes right down to it, and a lot of people are mentioning this, and I have to echo this concern, when it comes right down to it, what Ed was accused of doing, none of that, from what I can tell, from what we know, was ever actually illegal. None of that was actually illegal. And there are resources out there that are painting him like a child molester, like a pedophile.
Yeah.
And he didn't actually do anything illegal. Now, you can make plenty of arguments to say, and probably a lot of legitimate arguments, to say that a almost 40-year-old man hopping into the DMs of a 17-year-old girl still in high school that he does not have a familiarity with was probably not the best route. It's probably not the best idea.
And he
because
even
that
said
implies something.
He said so in his note, I believe.
Yeah. And I gotta tell you, shout out to Legion of Comics. He is actually the person that alerted me to the note being in existence, alerted me to what was going on. And I have been in like a near constant upsetty spaghetti since I found out, like I'm trying to find the words, and normally I work with words a lot, and trying to find the words to actually say how I feel. It's been very difficult.
It's sad. It's very
when
sad.
somebody takes their life and they leave a note and they give as much information as to their intentions as Ed did, because I read the whole thing, and I gotta be honest with you, I've read it a few times. Immediately you start asking, like, what could have been done better in this situation? And I do think back to my idea about how, we need to be more active in kind correction in that. I mean, I don't know. Am I making any sense, Marcus? Because I don't know.
No, I understand you. A lot of times, and my wife and I have had this talk in our things where like I go to conflict, whereas she's someone who will go away from conflict. And I've had to stress to her that, sometimes the conflict is necessary. And that, kind correction is kind of that, it's like, if I'm messing up and you're not happy with what I'm doing, you
You
need
got
to
to tell me.
correct me. Yeah. And because if you're not happy, I'm not happy. So I'm here, I'm ready to. So I know I get what you're saying. And what you said about, like, after reading it, you started thinking about what could have been done better. And what's up, Slidehead? That was
So,
immediately I started thinking of. And obviously I started looking at myself like, I came on here and I used this as some sort of thing, like to get clicks and let's talk about this drama. And whatever, however I treated, because I do think I was fair. And I said,
Yeah.
I was an Ed Piskor fan, so I was as much on his side as one could be given the situation. But like, even still, I feel like, given that he killed himself over this, I still feel like it was off. Just thinking, I watched it myself, but just thinking about my attitude about it, it made me rethink that, like, as people said, these are real people with real lives. It's not a TV show that I'm watching. And
I do want to also remind anyone that could be watching, or anyone that could be watching later, that while Ed Piskor was a person, his victims, alleged victims, are also people, and they are getting piled on big time right now.
Victim feels like a strong word, right? I don't know.
Okay, so maybe we could say, I agree that is a strong word. Maybe we could say, I don't know. I don't even want to say accusers either.
Yeah.
The other concerned parties in this whole mess, we can go with that, right? Don't you think the other concerned parties in this whole mess are getting piled on? And that's not right either.
Yeah. Sledhead, any thoughts?
boy, it's a really touchy situation. It's, just like you, Marcus, man. It's like, I don't have like a lot of places to talk about this stuff, so it's like, hey, let's jump on a live stream and chat about it, and like, oh, this is my hot take, and it's like, you got to think, it's out there, once you say it, it's on the internet, and you can't take it back. And boy, it made me think real hard this week. Yesterday was really tough for me. I was feeling guilty, and I don't feel like I even said anything bad. You know what I mean? But
me neither. But I was still feeling guilty. I absolutely. Was.
I've never. You hear about this type of thing where somebody, this type of thing happens, and it's like, oh, it was driven. It's like, holy crap, was I part of that? It's nuts. And I had a family member that did this type of thing like in 2009, and it's like, ooh, dragging up all those like bad memories. It's just like so heavy, just so heavy.
Yeah, and Hoarder Size says, I hate to get drawn into this discussion, but my only thought was, what type of mental illness did he have to end his life? And I don't think
it could have been anything from depression, anxiety, bipolar. It could be anything. And the thing is about depression and mental illness and everything like that is it fucks with your head quite literally. Okay, I have diagnosed depression and anxiety. I myself have had suicidal ideations in the past. And you either get through them and you live to see the next day, or in Ed's case, he acts on them and he dies. He doesn't see the next day.
But I don't know Ed's story, but I don't know that this is some sort of depression, mental illness thing that culminated.
And it could be situational.
I think what happened was his entire life was comic books, and his entire life was snatched away. And that's it being snatched away may have been a temporary thing. In fact, my thought process last week is it was going to be a temporary thing, unless more stories came out that made it worse, that it was going to be a temporary thing. But for him, and dealing with the stress of it and the news knocking on his parents' door and not blurting out their address,
Totally
you know,
docs. Yeah.
I can't imagine the level of stress that would put on you to where you would be like, because I've been in that spot where like it wasn't that I had depression or mental illness, but some stuff happened to me that made it very difficult to decide, hey, I want to keep doing this life,
Yeah.
you know, and it made it very difficult for him. And I understand his entire world was coming down on top of him, man.
Mhm.
And when Jim sent that message saying that he was, you know, rethinking his relationship or whatever, that had to be devastating for him, man. Devastating. What up, Jim? What up, Cliff? Any thoughts?
I'm kind of like in the same. I don't use words. I don't use words for a living, so I don't. I'm just in a funk from the whole thing. But the problem I have is more personal, because I think my level of empathy is not as strong as others. That's what makes my brother so much better than me, is we were raised in the same household, but he has a higher level of empathy than I do. And I don't know how to fix that, but that's my personal thing. But I'm going to say one thing, because of the way I think a lot of my decision making is literal. And one thing that I've noticed, and I'd like to see this happen one day, I really, really would. You remember that video I sent you a couple weeks back, Marcus, on the trolls?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna say, we were talking about words just now, like what words should we use? Here's a word: slander. Okay? And I'm gonna read you the definition of slander: the action or crime of making false spoken statements damaging to a person's reputation. Okay? Okay? That is what has happened. Okay? Now, I'm not denying that there is a level. You guys were talking about the mental health level. And sure, I'll go along with that part, because I can't for a minute fathom wanting to end. I mean, like I just can't. I'm not there. I don't know if would ever be there to that point of wanting to end my life. Okay, but slander is what we get in social media today, and it's not just social media. I mean, you go on YouTube. They had this on what was it? I think I saw like the Pittsburgh television YouTube channel talking about it.
Did.
Okay. That's not journalism. Where are your facts? Do you have facts? No. Journalism today is not facts. It's, hey, can I get 5-minute sound bites or a 10-second story to keep my reader engaged? I'm going to slander this person without really fact checking. And they're okay with it. This is what we have decided is news today, which is sad. But one day, somebody's going to be slandered, and they're going to go, you know what? I'm going to mortgage my house and sell my car and get the best lawyer, and I'm going to find these people, and I'm going to sue them and get everything that I've earned, because I have all this data of them slandering me here on the goddamn internet. And what judge wouldn't say, you know what? You're absolutely right. They said it before the decision was made. Now, I'm not saying everything that I read, there was nothing in that letter that, according to, I couldn't see anything illegal. Was it sketchy? Sure. Was it a bad decision? Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely a bad decision. I mean, you don't know this person. You just don't. Okay. That's why you never hit these weird things that come across your Instagram. Hey, Susie so-and-so wants to hang out with you. No, thank you. I don't know you. Okay? That's a no-no. But getting back to the reality of it, it's slander, bro. Okay? It's like
who is slander, though? Are we talking about the original girl who said that?
No. She has presented her case. She has presented her case. She said, look, this is what happened to me several years ago, and it has impacted me. And I want to make sure that other women know, if they run into this man, he may approach you and it may not be pleasant. She is sounding the horn. And that's nothing wrong with that if that's been your experience. But at the same time, he needs to be able to rebut that and say, listen, hold on now. I may have made some poor decisions and I apologize for that. But you know, this is not who I am. Okay. This is not the essence of me as a whole. And this is, again, hard for me, easier for some people. The repenting part of it, the forgiveness aspect of it is for them to make that decision. Okay. Now it'd be different if you know there was a whole set of circumstances here where it was like physical evidence and they had met and there was, you know, it was something to that degree. That's bad. Okay, it's no longer slander, then it's factual. We have physical evidence here. Okay, the slander part comes from all of these people that get onto the internet and take that drama and then they go and say, I'm going to make a whole video about it. And they pretty much destroy him by their video. That's why, you know, a lot of you guys get on here and you're like, you know what? I hate it when YouTube holds me back and won't let me say certain words. They don't like this, they don't like that, because they know it's not good words to say, first of all. And secondly, it's slander. They don't want to get sued either. And that's what it's coming down. That's what it's going to come to. You watch. Mark it today. On this day, sooner or later, somebody with deep pockets is going to go, you know what? You're not taking me out like that. Mm-mm.
What I really wish would have happened, and obviously we have this, we have the end result that happened. What I really wish would have happened would have been that there was some access to some mediation. You know,
Happened so quick. It was just like, I can't believe it. You know,
what mediation? It was last Tuesday, this day that it broke, and in a week's time, I bet you if you do a YouTube search, I'll bet you there's at least 20 or 30 videos in that week's time minimum.
How about there's 30 videos from last night?
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing.
We had like I you know what? I'm just gonna go there. We have people like EVS sitting there yesterday afternoon doing a live stream next to a screenshot of his suicide note when news hadn't even broken yet that he was found.
All I got to say is this. If you go back a week ago or whatever, a few days back, and you're over here saying Ed Pisker this, and here's the allegations of blah, blah, and then you're coming out today going, oh, it's a tragedy. You're a hack, man. You're a hack. And you're a hypocrite, okay? I don't know the guy. I think that's part of the reason why my level of feeling is not there, because I just didn't know this person, right? If somebody that I know did that, it's a different feeling. Then I have more emotional attachment to it. I just didn't know the person well enough to have that level of feeling. But I definitely wouldn't sit there and go and chastise the man. This is why nobody wanted to come on last week and talk about this shit, Marcus, because nobody wants to talk about that. They don't know the whole story. And it was just, you know, it's just not something we want to talk about. You know, you want to talk about upcoming comic books or whatever. You want to talk about a movie?
No, nobody wants to talk about upcoming comic books. They've made that clear.
But you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's why nobody was jumping on. I mean, Bleeker only came on after he read the note. I didn't even want to read the note. Not the note, but the messaging, the DMs and whatnot. But my point is that the hypocrites. It's hypocrisy to the highest level, and that's the people I would troll. I'd be like, you know, dude, I can't believe you. It was 4 days ago. You were trashing the man. You ready to string him up on a tree with everybody else. And now you're saying it's a tragic loss? That's confusing the shit out of me. So
what Gore said here, I've been thinking a lot about what Gore said. But yeah, go ahead, Cliff.
Well, a couple of people who were directly singled out in his letter, they were like, I'm taking a break and I need to rethink some things. Right? They just that was their public statement. So it's not like, at least a couple people who actually spoke up, it's not like it didn't impact them. Some of the stuff I saw last night, some people have a really weird take, and I'm like, woo, whatever it takes to get these views, huh? But I think a few people in the chat have already made statements about why and what state of mind you're in, right? Is it possible he's already somebody who suffers from depression or anxiety? Sure. Is it very likely that he saw his life being stripped away from him when everyone he thought was close to, who shared that work life, was distancing themselves from him? You know, which it seems that Jim caught himself, not our Jim, his Jim, caught himself and went to him because he says it was great that you came over and gave me the hug and all of that, you know? So at least someone thought it through, not to just release a video about shocking revelations and then not go check on your friend and talk to him, you know? But since I do give a class on suicide awareness twice a month, which I post in every Instagram chat group that I'm in, I did want to say that, yeah, when people feel like they've lost everything, or their mental state can make them feel like their problems are insurmountable, then that's when this rationale kicks in. And of course, I, like Carrie, I reread that note. I actually have the note up on a separate screen because I just can't get it out of my head. It was like one of the saddest things I've ever read, right?
Fucking sad, yeah.
And like the part where he said, I haven't felt so calm, it's chilling because all the research that I constantly have to look at and repeat every twice a month to people is people who become calm the minute they've made the decision, right? And I don't know about the rest of you. I mean, the main reason that I'm doing suicide awareness twice a month is because I've lost multiple people now. It's not like it happened once, it happened twice. I've lost coworkers, friends, family, because you just don't see the signs at all, right? Worse, when you feel you've missed the signs because you're just in constant replay, going back, and trying to make sense and hoping that there's sense. The first time I lost a coworker, all of us, everyone at work, we were obsessed with trying to make sense of it. Like it was like 2 weeks of it, you know? The first thing was, what is the suicide clause in the insurance policy at our job, right? So it was funny because my mom was devastated, and my mother, who had sold insurance at the time, she was the first one to mention it. And all the senior dudes I worked with, they ran to get a copy of the contract to see what the cutoff date is. And the cutoff date was 2 years. This dude was with the company 20 years. So there was a very big payout waiting for his wife. And still we couldn't think about it. After the wake, a couple of the senior leadership who were friends with him had spoken to his sister, and she said, I'm not 100% sure, but he seemed to have been really worried about his health. But the only one he was talking to was our mom, and now that she's so upset she's talking to no one, right? So that was like really devastating. But it was the closest thing we had to like an answer, right? So as survivors of losing someone, like this is one of the things that happens to us, right? Mm-hmm. And it happened to me at a young age the first time, right? So then you're just a little more aware. It's like, okay, when I lost this dude, he was doing weird things like planning stuff. Like he was planning music for his funeral and for his daughter's wedding. Like that was unusual, you know, giving things away. So these started to become things that I was like looking for. And then it happened again. And the circumstances were completely different, you know? And I'm torturing myself. How could I miss it? And the only solace I took is literally everyone around me missed it when it was a good friend, right? But still, it weighed on me. And then it made me think about it more.
Mm. Yeah.
So the origin story of why I give that class, but the basics of why you really got to check on your friends, and when they are losing things in their life, you've got to check on them more, right? They've lost a major loved one, they've lost a major relationship, they've lost maybe a cherished therapist, you know? Like if you have a buddy and you know they've been seeing the same therapist for 15, 20 years and they just lost that person, you know? Like that's huge. because this is the person they were going to for massive support, as far as you know. So my point being, the success rate for people to bounce back from these things is to have the people in their life who care about them and support them and stay on top of them. And it's sad because this guy really looks like he had a lot of people who were ready to support him no matter what.
Yeah.
And it still wasn't enough. He still felt it was insurmountable.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And if you're in that spot, if you're in that mode, definitely seek out people who, there's people who care, who are ready to talk. I'm ready to talk. It's a permanent solution to temporary problems.
Absolutely.
As Gore said earlier, with everything coming down on Ed, he just couldn't see the light. And there is a light though. And if you need help seeing it, then reach out. And there's people who are gonna help you.
Yeah. Well, this guy had a good day.
Yeah. All right. On a higher note, we've had Legion in the chat. He's been dying to talk about Ghost Machine. Very big day. Great job. We've been singing his praises in the chats, man. It was really a great job today. Great interview. Very informative.
Dude, I had the time of my life. Time of my life.
Before you get into Ghost Machine, any thoughts on the Ed stuff? I know you had a comment in the chat.
I don't have any thoughts on the Ed stuff. I think what Cliff just said is fantastic. I need everyone to quit rewriting reality. Ed was a creep who was trying to sexually text message a minor, even after knowing it was a minor. That's terrible. The internet is a savage bitch that blew a proportion and got involved in shit that had no business in it. That's terrible. The man took his own life. That is terrible. There's nothing about this that isn't terrible. But all the people making Ed out to be a saint post-mortem is just kind of blowing my mind. All the people that are bandwagoning in the beginning of this the whole thing blows my mind. There's not a part of this that makes sense, that isn't just mind-blowing. It's tragic. If you are in any type of way, message Cliff. He's got the answers for you.
I have some.
He can find you the resources you need.
And I'm glad you're here, Mark, because I wanted to actually say thank you for reaching out to me yesterday and letting me know about everything and kind of just dealing with multiple messages from me. And
well, you were one of the few people that I saw that posted about it. So I wanted to inform you in case you were going to proceed to post about it, so you could have an informed post. Because again, like that whole knee-jerk reaction, like it's a bad idea. There's a reason why y'all didn't see me posting about it, except I shared comic tropes text post. That was it. Reliable, respectable, good person who just dropped information. All I did was just share that. That's all I did.
Yeah.
All right, man. So Ghost Machine, great job today. I really enjoyed it. I'm excited about tomorrow. I bought an absurd number of copies of every single one.
I didn't buy absurd. I plan to pick up at least Rook. Isn't Fabok doing Rook?
Yeah. Get all three, and don't be silly. Don't be silly.
Jim, get all three. They're all $3.99 books, and they're all actually quite good.
48 pages for $3.99.
That's
Is
not
this
bad.
stuff selling out? Am I in danger of not being able to get Red Coat at least?
That's what I was most excited for too. Like that was the one. And Jeff said, like, of course this is all connected, but he wanted all of them to be amazing on their own. If you don't want to pick them all up, one, I think you're crazy. But they said it isn't necessary. It is necessary. I don't agree with them. They might have wrote the books, but they don't read them like we do. So listen over here. Yeah, he did.
Now it's a changing festivities.
What up, lady? Fantastic. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, dude?
Any thoughts on Ghost Machine or anything really that we're talking about?
I thought it was really cool. You sounded super. Oh, hey, Puffs.
Hey.
No.
You sounded so excited, Mark. I was like, I caught the tail end of it, but you were really, really excited, and I could tell. And it was a hell of an experience. So, shit, great.
Yeah, it was legit. Like
it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was like
He was a really happy guy.
It was only comparable to the day when I got to meet Stan Lee. Jeff Johns is like He's the number one for me. Like there hasn't been a day that I haven't cheerleaded for that guy and any work he's done. I started my YouTube live streams on at week's end, and there was a running joke because Doomsday Clock wasn't long finished, and they were announcing Geiger, and me and Ryan was anytime we'd say Jeff Stone's name, we would we would put an asterisk by it, like verbally, just because wasn't necessarily that it was going to come out on time. But they've been putting this stuff out on time. But yeah, we've always been a big fan.
Yeah, they seemed like they were having a good time, and they were pretty entertained. So
yeah, there was a couple of moments there that I thought was just a testament to our community, not me, but when Jeff said, "Dude, I'm loving this chat," just out of left field, because they're reading the chat too. I'm like, yeah, I told him this is the best corner of the comic community you'll find online.
Oh my God! So wait, I missed the video. You interviewed Jeff Johns
earlier.
Yeah, I had Jeff Johns, Brian
Hitch.
Yeah, I had it lined up for Jeff, Brian, Jason Fabach, and Gary Frank, but his plane didn't get in as soon as it was supposed to. So it was planned out ahead of time. So they just try to make it best they can.
Just a few hours ago.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
That's
definitely
amazing.
catch the replay. It's worth the time, especially if you're plugged in on the Ghost Machine hype. It is absolutely worth your time.
See, my boyfriend is really into Geiger and Junkyard Joe. And he is a huge Jeff Johns fan. I like Jeff Johns, but I am not nearly as big a fan as he is.
I didn't even get a chance to get into thanking him for what he did with Junkyard Joe and how they were sending proceeds to vets and they were putting the actual letters in the back and everything. I thought that was classy as it gets. And Marcus, I saw you in the chat and I knew you were going to say something when I got into it with him. I'm like, all right, let me talk to y'all about this, deciding what someone's first appearance is.
Serious fucking business, folks.
Oh man,
that was great. I loved it.
I'm really enjoying his Justice Society of America. New. I'm really enjoying it. I wish it came out more regularly.
Yeah, it doesn't everybody.
Because I find myself it's still really great, but I find myself being okay, what happened last time?
Yeah, and there's a lot that's uncertain about that because that whole new Golden Age stuff that Johns is doing started right before this all really took off like it did. That's why there's delays in it. That's why you only got one issue of Superman: The Last Days of Lex Luthor that was a prestige format. Brian Hitch's drawing galley. Pretty much anything the Ghost Machine team is on is seeing delays in other places, and you can't point at it and say, "Oh, I know why," but that's why. And I was talking to Brian before the stream, and I even said something about The Last Days of Lex Luthor. I can't wait for issue 2, and I got got ghost face from him. I guess we ain't getting it.
Damn, and I like that storyline too, man. I was ready for it.
Maybe one day.
Is this going to be another Green Hell? Because
no, well, don't. I don't want to put Doug Mankey on blast like that. There's some personal stuff that's not public knowledge that happened to that, but wasn't on the creative team. I always put that out there.
When I say another Green Hell, it's more like we sat there and not a lot was said.
A year with nothing said. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think even if it's just we get to sit there and be okay, so we're looking for this, and people were continually saying we're looking for this. Where
it was so damn good. There was a couple things too, but one of the public things that was known about that is Jeff Lemire was attempting to work at other stuff with his independent stuff elsewhere. Mm-hmm. I think in producing some stuff for video at the time, but yeah. There's some other. I was informed of some other stuff that was happening about that. I'm a big Doug Mankey fan, and that his art alone was a sell.
Yeah, Drac. Me and DJ Links in the chat were both y'all need to hire this man. Name a better hype man. I'll wait. Who's gonna sell your stuff better than Mark? Tell me.
Rob Liefeld, but that's about it. And then only Rob Liefeld can attach his name to it first and foremost. Then that'll work.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that was great. That was awesome. I loved it. Check, like I said, We'll post the link again here at the end, but definitely check that out. It was
But just make sure y'all get out to your stores. Get out to your stores tomorrow and support these folks, man. They literally left the big companies, and these are the biggest names in comics. They just are. You can't find bigger names. I mean, there's some big people out there, but collectively, nothing near this has been done like this
And they took
since Image
the
started.
time to hang out with that riffraff. Fuck. They gotta be good people. Charitable.
You proud of your little brother?
Yeah. You did good.
That make you proud? Thank you. Thank you.
Listen, they went to Mark, which is the part that really, was impressive. And I've been looking at what they've been doing for the past 3 weeks. Jeff John has been doing this on auto repeat. The others who are joining him vary a little bit, but he's been really good. And he's been surfing our community, and I see him picking these medium-sized, very dedicated channels like Legion Comics. So I feel like, I don't know how much they vetted you, but they picked you. And I love it.
I can't speak on other channels and how much they're putting out there, but I'm honored that I got to do the show to hype the release up. You know what I mean? Like, this was the day before, just by the grace of God, it was on the day that I'm already off from work. I already do a weekly live stream. Paul made sure that he got me the books I needed in time. I had the trade paperbacks to give away and everything. And
I like that they were impressed with the giveaway.
They tried to stack the entire OG creative team with me. I was completely humbled by the whole thing. And talking to Kat, who's like their behind the scenes person, like, she was backstage the whole time. She's amazing. Big shout out to her. But she clearly vetted my channel.
Yeah.
Awesome.
She did her job.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, man, it was a great time, man. I was proud of your channel. Your channel is just the growth of your channel over the past 3 years is pretty incredible, man. And I'm excited to see the next.
You're the board.
It's where people come to enjoy talking comics and getting argued at by me.
And
they get argued at for real.
Good times, baby. Good times.
Caroline and I may or may not attest to that. So
but that's the thing and that's the beautiful thing about Mark, and that's the big problem I think in social media, is that we've gotten to this point where, like, if we don't think the same, if our favorite color is not green for both of us, we can't.
We're enemies.
Yeah. Y'all know firsthand, if we agree too much, I don't like you.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, it's like on Sunday when I explained to him how wrong he was about how Godzilla had to come in and help Kong because Kong can't handle his business. And all he wanted to talk about was how Kong knocked him out. And I was who cares about that? When he woke up, he was like, oh shit, I'm gonna need your help, bro.
He laid hands on him like a Southern Baptist preacher.
Because, Godzilla is the best.
So Mark, you're Team Kong, right?
I absolutely love them both, but the 1933 original King Kong movie has been my favorite movie since I was a kid. I'm King Kong till the day I die, but I absolutely love them both. But watching King Kong literally knock Godzilla out because he got sick of trying to be his friend made my day. He just got fed up.
We didn't see the same movie.
But to be fair, as soon as Godzilla woke up, who knows how long later, King Kong is about to lose his life. Like, he had to be saved.
So it was.
I have to see the new one still. Like, I'm very excited to see it.
It is so fun.
I really want to see it. I think I owe my boyfriend a viewing of the new Ghostbusters film, and then it's totally on with Godzilla and Kong there.
Make it a double feature.
That's a good point.
Listen, if we don't remember every so often, life is short. Make it a double feature.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked Afterlife way better than Frozen Kingdom. I'll just say that.
I got in a really big book today for me. A very exciting book.
Uh-oh, what do we got going on?
Oh, what?
Ooh, look at that sexy cover. That looks so clean too.
Yeah, it's a very fine condition of Tales of the Crypt 32 from 1953.
Damsel in distress on the cover. That's heat right there.
Is that still considered Golden Age?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just on that tail end of the golden age. Yeah. That's awesome.
It's my first this is pre-code horror. I wanted pre-code horror. And technically my second, because my first is the Ghost Rider #8 from Dick Ayers, the Dick Ayers art. So yeah, this is Airboy the Barbarian. Bro, I got bit by the bug. I got bit by the bug. So here's my little.
Really fat. I was gonna say, clearly you have. It's really fascinating to me, the rise in interest in pre-code horror, and I just keep thinking to myself, like, I have no desire for it. I didn't have it 20 years ago. I still have no desire for it. I mean,
I didn't have it 20 years ago, but I need one before I die, and so I got my one at least. So I dipped my toe.
That's a great one. I love the cover with the lady on the cover.
Yes. I'm fucking bomb ass toe dip.
I love the one with the lady on the cover. They're all ladies on the cover most of the time.
Well, she's scantily clad, and I'm feeling it. Okay, I'm liking what she's.
This particular lady is being felt.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's very awesome. I love it.
Thank you. I'm really excited, and so thanks everybody. I made a change. Anyways,
for once in my life.
Thanks.
Willie, what's up, Willie? Survive. I got a package from Willie this week. I'm gonna save it and share it for tomorrow night. So look for tomorrow night on my Comic Book Dad's Indie Comics and Reviews. I will share my AOK from Willie. My man hooked me up once again. He's too nice to me, but what up, Willie? Thanks for coming through, homie. We are almost at an hour. Anything else you guys got going? What else is popping this week? Any books we're excited about tomorrow besides Ghost Machine?
Where?
Is Ghost Machine the only thing happening tomorrow?
Well, Ghost Machine is a major
Sacrificers.
Godzilla versus Power Rangers.
Volume 2.
Yeah, they've done that already. I got the first one.
What's your assessment, Mark?
Issue 1. Well, I'm a Power Ranger fan. I get all Power Ranger books, and then I'm a Godzilla fan. The first, it's just pure fan service.
Yeah.
And we only got one more issue of the Justice League Monsterverse crossover, which has sold so well that even James Gunn posted how well it sold this past week. So expect a second volume of that down the road. But the Energon universe is probably the next big thing going on, right?
Yeah, just another testament to show that guys are big kids.
I mean, I can show you all the wall. Like this.
Do you have
Everything that's coming out tomorrow is on the wall. I don't know what everyone gets, but
I'm excited for that Geiger. I need to catch up
Power
on
Pack.
Doom.
Interesting. Is Weezy
It's by
writing
Louise
Power Pack?
Simonson. She's writing this Power Pack series.
So girl, I have to get it.
So is that going to be one of the retro titles? Obviously, one of the retro titles they do.
Yep.
Yeah, I love
Those
Louise
have been pretty
Simonson's
good.
Power Pack, bro.
Here you go.
Nah.
By the way, Dracula and Norrin Rad have that battle, and I feel terrible because they're going off against each other when they both were done dirty and individuals. Now they got to go neck and neck. It's tight. It's gonna be a tight battle tomorrow.
Did the new self?
Oh, it's gorgeous. I
That
love
Mercado, my God, look at that.
Who is that? Alex Ross?
It's Mercado.
It's Mercado.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Oh, Miguel Mercado.
Man.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't speak French.
We know.
Oh, dude, look, this is the 5th printing, right?
Don't go so fast. God damn.
I'm sorry. This is the 5th printing, but look, there's a black and white version of it, and you can't even, who had to color that? Paul pointed that out to me. Imagine who had to color that.
That poor guy.
The chick
Someone
standing.
that deserves a raise had to color that.
Yeah, that looks like a subsequent print second print for issue number book 3.
Yeah.
That's such a great series.
That's
so
great.
good.
That is an amazing series. I love that series.
Yeah, they've been rocking these out. They've been really
Silver
cool.
Stable, man. Just go.
Some subsequent prints for Transformers.
What's that X-Men on top?
This one?
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks like a zombie Kitty Pryde or something.
About Mosh, but I don't know to what. I can't remember. 31.
She looks like she's screaming,
That
"Hey,
would be
you guys!"
the death of Jason Todd. I know that they did that there.
Oh.
No, but it's a vampire book. I just can't remember which one. That's
Okay,
a
I could have sworn it looks like she's screaming, "Hey, you guys!"
Hey, you guys.
I mean, just because we want it to be the case.
Is it X-Men Unforgiven? Is that what it's called?
No, it's not.
I don't know.
No, that's
But it
just
looks
a
like
regular
the
X-Men book.
looks like the last people that were gaming are out. I'm sure Paul's about ready to go home.
Totally off.
Yeah. Just get out of my store, bro. I want to go to bed.
I'm gonna hop off here. I'm gonna
Hey,
hop
well,
into the chat like a normal person.
well, we're at an hour. We're at an hour anyway. So do your spill. What's going on with you? Obviously, the Ghost Machine interview was hype. Definitely check that out, guys. What else is going on with Legion
Just
Comics?
a couple uploads a week, live streams and stuff. It's gonna get a little inconsistent over the next couple of weeks. I'm officially in the Masters funk. So
oh, here we go.
So who knows? Who knows what the lineup will be like?
Who's gonna win it?
Jack Nicholas, is that his name?
Who am I gambling on? Give me the inside scoop, dude.
Jack Nicholas. Maybe that when Paul was your age, maybe that might have been the case.
I'm Bobby Jones.
Well, check it out.
Sam Snead will pull it off this year.
Yeah, Sam Snead. Yeah, absolutely.
Last time they let him even hit a ball on that course, he ended up knocking out a pedestrian. But y'all have a good one.
All right, man.
Thanks for jumping on, Mark. Link is in the chat to the Ghost Machine interview. Definitely check that out, guys, if you have not already checked that out. Carrie, official, I always miss your name. Officially
Everybody
unofficial.
messes up my name. It's okay.
Officially unofficial geek. What is going on with you?
I am. I haven't been posting very much lately on YouTube. I've been doing more writing vlogs, that kind of thing. Still reading comics.
Where at on Instagram, or where are the writing?
On here on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a big old stack of comics I have to catch up on. I'm also, on Instagram and TikTok some, and just kind of just trying to keep from being swallowed up in everything. So I'm around.
That was my thought, with Ed, is like, regardless of the world, especially the internet, you have to know who you are, and you've got to see the light of who you are, even in the extreme darkness, which is so easy to say sitting here today, but it remains true even when it's hard. But thank you for jumping on, Carrie. I appreciate your thoughts and your insight on
no problem,
the very
guys.
serious
See you later.
Thanks for jumping on. Lady Fantastic.
Miss
Great.
Kitty. That was Miss Kitty.
Great book. What up to Miss Kitty? Thank you for showing that dope book. I love it. I love the chick. What's going on with you?
Not really much. I actually put up a video of about talking about the Ed Pisker situation, and
I just now saw this. Actually, I did not know this. I have to watch that.
Yeah, I mean, I do my best to take the approach that
very Christian of you.
Thank you. You.
I'm going to leave it at that. I enjoyed it. You probably said it way more eloquently than I could.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I just. It's a shitty situation.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And life has to go on, and it's shitty. And there's a spot missing in our community because Pisker did something that no one else did.
Yeah.
In terms of his work and his body, but that's enough. Whatever.
No one is all one thing. Even
we're just human. We're all human.
Even when the internet insists you're all one thing, you're not all one thing. So,
I think society insists on binary systems, and it's just like, dude, there's fucking gray areas and nuance. You got to
what? No way.
That's the fuck up. So, anyways, yeah.
Well, thank you for jumping on. I appreciate your time as always. Cliff, thank you for jumping on. I appreciate you as well. What's going on with Cliff on Comics, as well as Council of Comics?
There's so much. I mean,
20
first
seconds.
off,
Go.
like I just want to talk about. I had to grab 2 of these for me.
2 of these for me.
I had to grab 2 of these for me.
Oh Lord.
And
He's got to condition people.
I had to grab these for me.
Oh wait, was that Moon Knight? I'm gonna need
Moon Knight. Yeah, Moon Knight. Because
Yep.
the reveal is in there.
Yeah, I'm ready for that.
Yeah, that's on my list.
I picked these up. I couldn't afford to go any deeper, but I can. Now, for the Council of Comics, Monday nights we do little hashtags to try and earn you a duck. And so this month, our giveaway features this 1 in 25 Night Terrors Detective Comics #1.
Wow.
Ooh.
That looks creepy.
And it also features this foil Wolverine reprint.
Awesome.
And this Scorched #1.
Wow.
I like that cover.
And
Ooh.
Phil from the Council of Comics contributed today this Transformers 5th printing.
Beady boop ba
The Spider-Man blank. The Jim Lee Artist Spotlight featuring Gotham by Gaslight. And the Jim Lee Artist Spotlight Big Barda.
Whoa, show me that. Get closer.
That look good.
Get closer. I can't.
What do I got to do to get that?
Let's tune in Monday nights to earn your ducks.
That's a badass Barda.
And that's I'm sure you're going to multi-stream it then on both channels, I'm assuming.
We multi-stream it on the Council of Comics and Cliff on Comics.
Where's my Granny Goodness covers, y'all?
I feel like that's going to happen one day.
It needs to happen yesterday.
You're absolutely right. We need to provoke DC to do new gods. But this Saturday, first thing in the morning, I'm running down to New Jersey to go to King Kong so I can see DJ Lynx and Big Lion Cat and Principal Defects and every other mofo in the place I can before I race home to do Only Slabs at 2:30 p.m.
Boom. That's
wait.
A big long story for all of these and the stuff that's hiding under my desk. And that's going to be very exciting.
Are you nervous?
Of course I'm nervous, but I'm also, full of, what's that? Joie de vivre when I'm talking about comic books. So it's going to work.
Okay, this is a serious show. Okay, you can't get on here and show Pokemon cards. You got to bring it.
Don't you inspire me. Don't you do that. Don't you provoke me to be provocative.
You'll get in trouble. Tyler got
I would love it.
Down for it.
That was one of my favorite episodes, so I'm down for it.
The return of Tyler, where he starts with a Pokemon card and then goes into comics. That was great. That was great.
Funny.
That was good. Link to that Only Sab's upcoming episode is also in the chat, in addition to the Council of Comics and Clifford on NY. Thank you for jumping on, Cliff. I appreciate you as always. We'll leave Digger Jim for last. What's up, Sledhead? What's going on with you?
Muted.
Oh, are you muted? No, I think you're muted.
I am.
There you go.
Yeah, you're just gonna catch me tomorrow night on Indie Comics Reviews with Lorenzo. Sunday nights, Rockin' Robbie Live. And if you're in Scranton, Pennsylvania, you'll see me at Comics on the Green on Sunday picking up my books.
Boom. Thank you for jumping on.
Have you?
Uh-oh.
Last
year,
there you go. I went to go hook up with some dude. He turned out to be very nice. There was no hooking up, but I did stop at the comic shops.
Well done.
Awesome.
That's what's up. Thanks for jumping on,
right there, Cliff.
I appreciate you, brother.
First.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, he introduced me to 3 of the comic shops where everybody knew him. It was really fun. It was like being on a date with Parallel Me.
Except for okay, I won't make that joke.
Yeah, except that there was no connect.
Yeah, there was I don't know you well enough to make that joke. We'll leave that one to go. Okay.
That's what I get to make them.
Jim, what's going on with you?
Well, I'm gonna say this right now, Cliff. Are you going to Heroes Con?
God willing.
Okay. Well, if I see you down there,
that's the only answer I can give people.
If I see you down there, once we hug then I can crack wise as much as I want because
that means we're
once
friends
we've
and I can make
embraced
jokes.
as brothers, it's on.
So watch me actually get down there and spend the whole weekend using Will as a human shield so that nobody hugs me, so that I don't get the rogue effect. And it's like, oh no, they feel like they can attack me because we've hugged.
Not attack you, just give you little.
I'm
pinches.
kidding with you. It's fine. I hug everybody. It's great.
Let's see what I got going on. I'm picking up some books tomorrow. I didn't get to do it last week. All this BS going on at work. I was like super late. I think I put my foot down enough to say, hey, we're cutting that late night stuff out. And I'm gonna go by the shop, pick up some books. I'm very excited to see this Rook. I love Jason Fabach's artwork. I'm an art guy.
He's so good.
Yeah, I'm primarily an art guy over a story guy, but
the best of both worlds.
Yeah, my brother lives and breathes Jeff Johns, and he would never steer me wrong in that case. So I'll probably pick up all three, and I'll probably be on Chris's show on Wednesday. And then for some reason on my phone, I have on Thursday. I have it in my phone because I asked Gary ahead of time who's gonna be on the
hot seat.
On the hot seat, and I have Cliff.
Oh my goodness!
In the hot seat on Thursday.
That's right. It's my second time in the hot seat because I was not satisfied with the first time. Also, I am so popular lately that I forgot that I am there on Thursday as well.
So even though he didn't know, Gary and I will be there. Cliff may not be there, but if he's not, then Gary and I will entertain.
Calm down, my man.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. But no, seriously, I take those opportunities to connect with the community pretty serious. And the first time on, I was like, oh, these questions are good. And it's like, yeah, okay, we're at the 90-minute mark. Let's end this. And I was like, there's so much more to talk about,
Yeah.
So I'm always game.
Well, anyway, that's what I got going on. I don't know when I'm going to get out digging. The place I want to dig, I have to look at some legal stuff and contact people because it's a national registered building, but I think that's a voluntary thing. They went out and seeked it, but you can still get, because it's a private entity, you can still get permission from the owners of the place. It's different if you're owned by the state. If it's a building owned by the state and it's historic, that's different. So I'm working on it. I think it would be a great video series for digging. And then I'm always out to look for a place to get comics, but I'm trying to watch about pennies because I'm going to Heroes Con.
Pennies.
Heck yeah, I can't wait to hit up Heroes Con. It's going to be a good time. My hotel is booked. My flight is booked. I just got to buy my Heroes Con ticket and I'll be ready to go. So looking forward to that. And thank you to Papa Willie for sneaking here at the end and doing the Lord's work and just making sure everybody's hearing what they need to hear. So Cliff, your head is getting too big. Thank you for Papa for letting us know.
Yeah.
And thank you to all the homies that jumped on today and had the thoughts about all the subjects that we talked about, man. I'm always interested in what you guys are going to talk about, what you're going to say, or what you're going to show off in Lady Fantastic's case. So always a good time. Thank you to everybody that popped on the stream, as well, of course, all the homies in the chat. This show is nothing without all of you, and I cannot be appreciative enough. So that's all I got for you this time. Until next time, peace.